And then in 2008, 2009, I developed a very severe, very rare autoimmune disease called dermatomyositis. It's a disease where your body attacks its own muscles. Long story short, I started trying multiple treatments of immunosuppressants and they weren't working. And I got so weak, my core muscles, I really looked kind of concave, couldn't swallow very well. I couldn't bring a cup to my mouth without lifting it. My muscles were fading away. And so the diagnosis was grim. Often you end up in a wheelchair, you end up, feeding through a straw. And the treatments we were doing were not working. So finally it was the day after my daughter's birthday in April 2009 when I was hospitalized, and they just started heavy doses of prednisone and just trying to get things under control. Nothing was working. It was a scary, scary time.
Yeah.
And not knowing if I would ever be well again. I was admitted to the hospital on a Monday. The doctors came in on Friday. They wanted to test for HIV. They just didn't know what was going on. So that Friday night, I asked a friend of mine to come, and I asked her to come pray over me. And I knew something was happening. I didn't know what, but I knew that God had heard. That night in the hospital, in France, they have those metal shades that bring them down over
Yeah.
the windows. And I heard them just like rattling so hard, like a huge windstorm. And then I heard a voice. It was Jesus who said, "Do not fear, I will calm the storm." And I knew he had answered my prayer and that he was healing my body. So this is the height, and that's the Saturday morning, the next morning where the levels start going down. And so it just began this gradual starting physical therapy. A year later, almost to the day, I ran my first half marathon. And that was a pure 2 hours of worship. And when I talked
Oh,
earlier about with my body, I worship, that's what I mean. Like this was so clearly the Lord rescued me and restored my body to fullness that the doctors said might not ever happen again.